Hi everybody, Gary Williams again, reaching out to friends and colleagues in the artistic community all over the world just to see how we're all coping with this crazy coronavirus situation. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy today because there you can see, waiting patiently, is one of my favourite people in the world, the wonderful Hilary O'Neil. Hello.
My favourite people in the world.
Oh, that's nice. You see how much we've got in common.
Do you know what I regret, Gary? I regret 4 days in my life. And they say you shouldn't have regrets, but the regret I have with you is we were both guest entertainers on Oriana, P&O Oriana, many years ago.
Long time ago.
And I didn't discover you for 4 days. And when we met, it was like instant lifelong friendship. And I regret the 4 days I paced around the ship not knowing you were on as another guest entertainer. It was like, but we've crammed quite a bit in our friendship, haven't we?
How are you coping with this lockdown situation? Because it's very strange for all of us.
Well, I'm living two ways, or two parts of it. I've got I live with my mum. So mum is 89 and just early diagnosis of vascular dementia. So that's a whole learning curve since last April. It's a year now we've lived with it, and she's not bad, as in, it's not, but it's the repetition and the remembering stuff. Obviously her memory is shot, but we can still have proper conversations together. However, it is a learning curve because I am the only one in the family that we haven't got any family. There is only me. I have no siblings. Mum doesn't have any family. My late dad only had one sister. So we were a very, very, very tiny family. And like you said, I'm a people person, and my friends are my lifelines, and they're my family. All of you guys, like you, Gary, you're one of my best friends. And you lot keep me going, to be honest. And I'm coping with that. Question was, how am I coping? I'm really lucky. We've got such a good garden, and I've found a new love. I never knew I was so passionate about making it look lovely. It's never bothered me. Mum and dad did all the work for years, lost my dad, and my mum continued until she couldn't do it because of her age. And I now mow the lawn. I just bought a lawnmower online after borrowing next door's lawnmower, and
so all it took was a worldwide pandemic for you to get a lawnmower.
Yeah. It's terrible, isn't it? I tell you what else, it took a pandemic, without belittling what's happening to us, is it's made me realize how fantastic exercise is. And I'm ashamed to say I'm a really lazy person. Okay, I've said it out there now, but I am. It's just the way I am. And I've now got stuff online with friends. There's 3 girlfriends helping me through online. Not me, others as well, but I've kind of latched onto them. One of them does a personal one-to-one training with me. So yesterday I put the iPad in the garden and I did it on the grass. And that's Hannah, hi Hannah, if you're watching this, Hannah Barnum, who's a professional dancer. So she's doing a one-to-one with me every other day. And then she also texts me my challenges for the following day at night. So it might be 150 star jumps, 30 squats, you know what I mean, just an amalgamation of stuff that I will do anyway. And then this morning my friend Sarah Gurney did a online thing live, doing like a Boogie Wonderland disco on the terrace with her 2 kids behind her, which was Lola and William, which was so much fun at 10:30. It was great. So we did that live, and of course they can see the messages coming through. And a bit of Zumba. Katie Clark in Bradford, she does a live Zumba thing. So I try and balance that. And it's making me feel better, because I have been guilty of eating everything that arrives on the step after I've washed it. It sort of doesn't make the fridge or the cupboard. I just eat it, because it's like lockdown boredom. And you're not bored. You're not hungry, you're bored. Mm-hmm. It's simple as that. So I've gone, enough. It stops now. Andrew Lincoln, Love Actually, enough now. Because otherwise, when I do go back to the ships, hopefully, please God, it all kicks back in and we get our careers back, I will fit in my costume, Gary. That's what my main thing is. It doesn't go anywhere near me. And you go,
mine is hanging up there. My suit that I normally wear is hanging up. I just sort of give it sort of side glance. Yeah. I don't really want to. and I know it's waiting for me, and I know it's just going to laugh at me when I genuinely, I'm gonna, I know that those trousers are going to need taking out. It's just how much, and it is. I'm not looking
Listen,
putting that on.
we're all
Dark day.
we're all in the same boat. Sorry, I've cut my fringe for you today because it was here. I was like Claudia Winkleman earlier, and I thought I'm going to cut my fringe, and I cut literally that much off, so I can just about see you.
Nice
Okay.
so actually, there are some good things which are coming out of this. I mean, or the fact that you're exercising more from home, because I'm doing the same thing as well.
Yeah. Plus the walking as well. The walk that we're allowed to do. You're doing the walk as well.
Makes you do it, right? So it's interesting, isn't it, that out of this horrible situation, perhaps there are some good habits forming that will stay with us for the rest of our lives, even.
Yes, I really hope that. I'll tick that box. I'll have that because I've realised that I'm nearly 60. I'm 60 this year actually, and I'm not going to lie about it. I've got away with it. That's how I'll put it. I've got away with it. Being an ex-dancer, I kind of hold myself pretty well on stage and what have you. But the costumes have been getting tighter. The luxury of these ships that we both perform on, and so many of our friends perform on, is just outstanding quality of food. It's always around you, and it's hard not to indulge. And it's quite simple. And at home, because of the boredom and the Groundhog Day syndrome, you kind of go to the biscuit barrel a little bit too often. So yes, I'm loving it.
Another good thing to come out of this for you, and also I think for anybody that has kids, is that you're getting to spend more time with your mum. People are spending more time with their families. And I mean, particularly with your mum, with this condition that she has now. I mean, though, of course, it must be challenging at times. I know that you're very, very close to your mum. And the fact that you've had this sort of enforced lockdown has meant that it's sort of in a way been a gift to you to spend so much time with your mum.
I've never been at home this long. I stopped work in October, and I've been here more or less every day with the odd break. I went to Blackpool for the Magic Convention and to town to see the odd show. If I wasn't taking my mum to see it, I'd go meet friends and see a show. But I wasn't away that much. I never spent one night away from her since October. And it's very hard. I'll be really honest with you. We are really close. We are all each other have got. And I love my mum to bits. But it's testing. And I wish I was better at reacting better to her when it's the third time she's said, oh, Dynamo's got a TV show on at 9 o'clock tonight. We must watch that. Oh, good. Yeah, I'll watch that with you. Second time. Then I walk in from outside and she says, oh, there's a program. I want to see Dynamo tonight. And I go, well, you've told me that. I just need to say, okay. Simple as that. And I'm not good at that.
What do they say? What is the advice on how to respond to that sort of stuff?
Okay, so I've not got professional advice. I've never sought that as yet. I don't know why, because I should, and I've needed it a couple of times recently where I've had a complete meltdown. But friends are enough. Friends are good, and my boyfriend Alan is brilliant, and he will pull my reins back and go, stop having a debate. If it gets to you, just go, walk out the room, change direction, divert, go and put the kettle on and go and just let it out in the kitchen, and then walk back in and go, do you want a cup of tea? Because 9 times out of 10 she'll go, oh, lovely. And we've just had a little clash and it'll have just dispersed. And I'm trying to train myself to be better because I'm not a horrible person. But because of the lockdown, obviously all our emotions and patience are tested. And I just want to come out of this just being calmer and better at dealing with her, because she doesn't know she said it, she can't remember. Better at coping with that, but I'm also coping with everything, the career and everything. Also, I'm in management now, so I've got O'Neil Management, which I'm thrilled about, and it's been the last 2 years probably, and I've got just building slowly. I don't want to be an agent. I'm not into that. I'm personal, full-on attention to the acts, and I've got Max Fulham, who is just the most incredible talent. He's 20, he's a comedy ventriloquist. So he, bless him, had the most incredible year we had lined up for him with telly, Panto in Australia, touring, supporting Joe Pasquale, some really beautiful stuff, working for Butlins, which we absolutely adore. Max just loves it, and so do I. I've worked for Butlins for years. So some lovely, lovely stuff. And of course, it's every other day I'm sending an email going, gone, it's gone. But he's so good. He's just totally going. I said, Max, write the whole year off mentally. And if anything stays and we get something autumn, lovely, we'll embrace it. And then I've got another act I've taken on called Matt Daniel Baker, who is just incredible. He's a mentalist.
Right.
So yeah, he's terrific. He's also a magician, but the mentalist show is the one that I'm pushing. And he's just a great guy. He's fantastic at what he does. And I'm excited what's ahead for him. But both of them are so cool. They say it'll happen. And I'm not losing sight of us working together. I'm constantly in touch with them both. And we will have FaceTimes and we'll workshop stuff and ideas, because we want to be so ready when ready happens.
Okay. And for guys like that, there's so much of their time, I think, can be spent writing new material and, working on their act and developing parts of their...
Well, yeah, they are. You're right, Gary, that this is the time to do it. And at some point, when I've cleared the backlog of paperwork that I have built up, which is just, it's thinning, but this is the time. All the files are in order, and of course my mum's business as well, I'm taking over by power of attorney, so I'm getting all that sorted, which is very grown up for me, because I'm not a grown up, as you know. And what will be great is then at some point reasonably soon, although I think my first lot of cruises will be pulled, which is fine, I know that'll happen, is that when it is time to go back, I want to be ready too. So I'll concentrate on the boys, but I need to concentrate on me and come up with some new material, new impressions, maybe a couple of new songs, get somebody to write some arrangements so that I'm fresh and back at it again. I don't want to...
It's hard to do that because we don't know yet when this thing is going to end. We don't know when we're going to be back to work. It's easy for us, I think, just to be like, oh, whatever, just keep eating and not worry about any of it, I'm I'm not earning any money. I don't know when I'll earn any money. It may not be this year, right? Who knows? It could be in a couple of years, who knows? But my only indulgence is on a weekly singing lesson, which I'm still having, and I'm so glad I'm doing it. I've been having singing lessons for a couple of years, but I ad hoc, when I feel I want one or I've got time. But now right, because it's really giving me a focus. I tell you, it's like having a personal trainer for my voice, because if you have a personal trainer, you've got to go, or they're going to, like your friend that's giving you these things to do, for things to do. So, she's going to ask you the next day. So when Richard, I have the lessons and he's giving me stuff to work on. So I'm making sure that I spend time every day working on my voice, singing songs, practicing, at least an hour a day. And I really feel that when it is time to get back to work, whenever that is, I want to feel in better shape and really, really in great shape, and not like I'll do my first gig and I'll slowly start to wind up, and after a month
Absolutely, exactly where my head is. Yeah, good for you. That is so important. Well, let's face it, the Olympics have been cancelled, but the athletes won't stop training when they can. They just won't, because they need to be as good as they can be. And we are, I love that. I
love that you're liking us to Olympic athletes. I love that. I'll take that.
I came third in the discus at school. Don't knock it, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right. But this is a muscle, is what I mean. You are known for singing. I sing, but I'm not known for singing, I suppose, but I do sing. And it's actually a very valid point, because I haven't sung since October, when I was on Regent Explorer. And I haven't sung at all, actually. When I think about it, I haven't even sung. I don't sing around the house. And I don't sing in the car. So I need to be careful of that. I need to just slowly get the wheels turning again on things like that. And like you say, be match fit is what I want to be. I want to be proud. I walk out on stage and I don't look at my belly and go, you see, you had 6 months to work on that. You just didn't do anything.
What you should do, here's a tip for you. You need to
Yeah.
open your bedroom window at sort of, 7 p.m. every day and just do a little set for everybody in the street. Put your PA up, put your PA in the garden and do a little set, and you could be a YouTube sensation.
So many people are doing that at the moment, aren't they? They're just in
Idiots.
their drones. No, I can't do that. I'm not that sort of I know you're joking, and I love you for it, but I just can't. I've never been a karaoke get up and sing person. I need a band call and I need to know it's in my key. I can't just get up and just sing anything. So, and I don't know the words to anything unless it's in my act. So I'm rubbish at parties. I never go, no, don't ask me up, don't ask me up. I can't bear it.
We do have, I'm sitting now opposite, I'm in Tenerife, and we have a little flat here, and a little balcony, and I'm looking at it now. And people do come out every night. For us here, it's 7 p.m. I think it's 8 p.m. for the clapping for the NHS, right, in the UK.
In England, 8 p.m, yeah.
So we're on the same time zone, but for some reason it's 7 o'clock here. So people come out on their balconies, and it really makes me laugh. This routine has started. Everybody's out on their balconies clapping. And then somebody across the street from us has got this routine where they play Nessun Dorma, and then they play You'll Never Walk Alone, kind of loud.
Okay.
In England, there's no other English people here in the street, but so it's first, I'm like, oh God, again. Actually, I'm quite used to it now. I quite look for, if they didn't do it, I'd miss it. And I was thinking, maybe I should just then, after You'll Never Walk Alone, I should stand on the balcony and put my PA up and just sort of sing to the street. I can't think of anything more mortifying.
Really, you wouldn't? You actually wouldn't? No way.
Awful. I mean, I'm not one of these people. I don't need.
I know.
I love to sing, but I'd rather just do it, here with the doors shut for myself.
I hear you. So you're like me then. I
mean, it's always great to talk to you. We should wrap it up, really, because I know that we'll go on.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to share with the group?
I just want to say to the idiots still collecting outside in gatherings, stop it now. Well, they're saying today they're fined anyway, so that's great. Or embrace it and come out of this having done something to better yourself, whether it's learning a language or, I'm planting potatoes tomorrow in the garden. I've never grown any veg in my life. And even those little things, I just think this would never have happened. It's crazy. I've got the sort of Spud Club going on Facebook, and everyone's going, oh, I'm going to try this now, because I never knew that if you've got a potato and then let it grow with all its little arms, then you plant that in the soil and then that brings you potatoes. Who knew? Not me.
Hilary, it is always a joy to speak to you. I love you so much.
I love you so much, sweetheart. You stay safe.
She's doing well as well, and that you're taking good care of her. So keep it that
way. Doing
the
best I can. Thank you.
You're doing an amazing.
And love to everybody out there. Let's do this. Come on.
Exactly. We'll see you at the other end. Lots of love. Bye.